Hello. Today we'll be breaking down the Just Bake case study, focusing on three key areas: um, determining the right inventory levels for perishable goods, choosing the correct inventory management policy, and lessons that the Just Bake story holds for rapidly growing companies such as Crumble Cookies. The first issue in this case study is how many cupcakes should a store stock each day? We use the news vendor model to answer this question. The answer is kind of a two-part answer because it's a trade-off. If you stock too much, you lose money on unsold cupcakes. If you stock too little, you're going to lose money from missed sales. The calculations we did shows that a franchise which buys cupcakes at a transfer price should aim to meet demand 75% of the time. Company-owned store, however, with higher profit margins, should aim for 82% service level. Higher cost of a lost sale justifies holding more inventory. This balancing act, um, finding the right mix, doesn't just apply in this case. It applies to airlines. Um, for example, the cost of an empty seat is very expensive. And something as low service level as a newspaper stand, um, it has a low service level because unsold papers are worthless, making the cost of outstocking very high. Just baked as an upscale bakery correctly leans towards a higher service level. Next, we'll look at how Just Baked manage its ingredients. For cake mix, they use a periodic review policy. They check their inventory once a week and place an order for 3 pallets. For perishable items like eggs, they use a continuous review policy. They monitor stock constantly and automatically place an order for about 2,600 eggs whenever their supply drops to just under 2 days' worth, which prevents stockouts of a vital ingredient. So, given what we know about Just Baked, the question is how did they fail or why did they fail? Uh, it seems to be a case of growing too fast, rapid expansion. It strained their finances and their supply chain. The small operational issues like running out of cake mix likely became major failures at a larger scale. They were also riding a market trend, which couldn't last forever. So, the issue of their inventory on a small scale was probably sustainable. But like I said, when they expanded, those issues became too much to bear. Crumble Cookies is another brand that exists in the baked goods world. They've had an explosive growth over the years. Lessons they can learn from Just Baked to control that growth. They must master a supply chain to ensure a cookie in Florida tastes the same as one in Ohio. This will require massive investment in logistics and technology. They need to build an enduring brand, not just a trend, to avoid the same fate as Just Baked uh, when the cupcake bubble bursts, so to speak. In conclusion, the Just Baked case is a reminder that smart inventory math is crucial, but it is not enough. It's not everything. Success depends on operational excellence and a sustainable growth strategy. Um, as we discussed, Just Baked experienced success early on, which resulted in rapid growth. However, if they were to bed down and see what issues they had and corrected those before they decided to expand, then maybe they would have been able to sustain success. It may not have been on a scale or at such an ambitious scale that they might have wanted or desired for. However, sustainability is the word that keeps coming up in this case study. So, would you rather sustain smaller success or rapidly grow and burn out your business?